Hi guys, so what a week it's been for cancel culture. Yes, it's been a great week. We've had Russell Brand accused of issue. I can't say the words. You have to understand it. It's so retarded on YouTube. You can't actually say words. This is the insanity that we're under. We cannot say anything. But the left can say whatever they want on YouTube and it's totally fine. But I can't say certain words on here. Otherwise, it gets destroyed. It's mad. It's actually mental. So we had, let's just call Russell Brand allegations. Let's go with that. We had the Russell Brand allegations going forward. And we also had the two biggest presenters on GB News, Dan Wooton and Lawrence Fox, cancelled as well due to sexism, which is just sexist comment. I mean, just absurd. Let's go through with this. Now, during the time of the Black Death, they had these doctors, I'm sure you've seen pictures, doctors with a beak, looked like a giant beak with this weird hood and a beak like this, and the beak was meant to help them against the Black Death because they had some like herbs there, and it would stop the Black Death hurting them. And obviously we laugh at this now, you know, how stupid they were, but yet we don't realize 2 years ago everyone was wearing a mask and face shields and plastic at counters and no one said a word. So I actually think there was probably more relevance to that Black Death beak than the stupid face shields. But again, we just show how insane society has become, and how the world is, they're all sheep. It has not changed in 700 years. People think, oh, we're so much wiser, we're so much cleverer. We would never let that happen to us. Well, clearly we just did. So now what's happened with cancel culture? So the Black Death was about 1300s. About 1500s, you had the witch hunts, the Salem witch hunts in America. You had witch hunts, which was any time someone accused a woman of being a witch, done. Didn't have to prove it, didn't anything, just an accusation was enough. Going back even 70 years ago in Soviet Russia, if you were accused of not being a communist or accused of being a capitalist, gone. Your neighbor, gone. Gulag, death. Accused, again, with no proof, just accused. And that is what we have nowadays. We have Russell Brand accused of doing things and immediately cancelled, all his old videos taken, demonetized, accused. This is where we are now. You are accused of something, you are cancelled, and the reason is it's to put the fear of God into you. It's to say, if anyone dares not follow the mainstream wokery line, we will hunt you down. We will find something from 10 years ago. With Russell Brand, they asked hundreds of women that he'd been with a lot of women, hundreds, and most of them said, no, it's fine. And only 4 on condition of anonymity. Exactly how ridiculous. Only because they're anonymity, they would reveal, they would not reveal, they would accuse him of doing stuff, right? And so that's where we are now. That after 10 years, they can accuse somebody and he is cancelled. And then with GB News, now again, this is now the UK's #1 daily viewed news station. It is more than the BBC, it is more than Sky News, and it's only been going on for about 1.5 years, 2 years, I don't know, something very short. And it's already the #1, and you know it's not on terrestrial TV as well, and it's already the #1 because people know that MSM is garbage, lies, it's propaganda, it's it's got to the realm of, I don't even trust the weather. I actually don't trust the weather on BBC. Even that's a lie. So in the summer, this week's going to be 48 degrees. It was 40 degrees. When they were trying to do the whole climate change this summer, like everything's going to be boiling hot. Even the weather was wrong, right? So you can't trust a single thing on any of the news stations, on the MSN News. So everyone has switched to GB News. So how can they cancel them? Well, the first thing they did, obviously, was no advertisers are allowed. So GB News has to be self-funded because no advertiser will touch it because it's been cancelled. The whole station is basically cancelled. You can only do, remember, propaganda, government news. This is exactly like Soviet Russia. So GB News basically loses £30 million a year, funded by a billionaire. That's the only way it can work. because there's no advertisers. But that didn't work. Still too many people watching it. So what do they do now? Now we're going after the presenters. They debanked Nigel Farage. Still can't get any banking facilities anywhere. They debanked Richard Tice. They've gone over the two top presenters, Dan Wooton and Lawrence Fox, he made a sexist comment. Oh wow, okay, so you get suspended for that? Yeah, apparently you do. And they've issued groveling apologies, and basically Ofcom are going to try and pull them off the air, right? The defunding won't work, so we'll have to deplatform you, and that is basically what Russell Brand had. And remember, we've had abuse accusations. Oh damn, I can't say that word. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I can't say words on here. I can't say certain words on this. Well, that's it. There's the algorithm gone. So I'll probably get 10 views for this. This is how retarded it is. You cannot say anything on YouTube. There's certain words you can't say. It's preposterous. So anyway, this so what's going to happen now? Obviously, we've had Russell Brand accused of it, Andrew Tate accused of it, Tucker obviously got pulled, Trump obviously got accused, right? Supreme Court Judge Kavanaugh had two crazy women accuse him of stuff 40 years later, made up lies. Obviously, it was lies, totally. And it could have, I was quite surprised he actually got off that. But that's because it didn't go to a proper court. It went to a judicial selection committee. Already knew it was already a done deal, but they have to listen to these crazy women anyway. Anyway, so this is how it works now. Witch hunt. If you are accused of something, now remember, if you open your mouth, if you say something that's stupid, you can also be accused. They'll dig something up that you did in your past. You once touched a girl just on the arm. You could be accused of, I can't say the word, but of a use. You can be accused of a use if you do that kind of thing. And anyone, therefore, is fair game. And so therefore, that's how everyone shuts up. Everyone has to remember, in the USSR, after Stalin, they didn't really, Khrushchev, Brezhnev didn't really send people to gulags. They didn't shoot many people, again, percentage-wise. They didn't really do that much. What they did was, you were fired. You were fired from your job. You lost your apartment. You were basically cancelled, right? And that's what they've done now. Demonetize Russell Brand, shutting down channels, getting rid of Dan Wooton, getting rid of Lawrence Fox. They're now going to start legal proceedings against Russell Brand, drain him of money for lawyers. Yeah, that's how they do it now. They don't need to send you to a gulag or shoot you. They will just destroy your life, and that can happen to anyone who speaks the truth or says anything. With me, especially, chucked off LinkedIn. Again, I was doing economics video. I never did one of these videos on LinkedIn, but I was chucked off for economics videos on LinkedIn. I promise you. This is how ridiculous. Half my videos are always shadow banned. I've got a million suspensions. This is the way it works nowadays, guys. Just think about the amount of truth that is hidden from you, that you are not allowed to hear. You're not allowed to be revealed, while the others, the algorithms work overtime to feed you junk all day long. Please listen to the lies, listen to the junk, listen to the bravado. It's very difficult to sift through all that junk to find the gem. And that's how it works nowadays. So it is a world of witch hunts, lies, Black Death fake beaks. This is where we are. It's not getting better at all.